Hi guys, it's Michelle, and today's video I'm literally so excited about. We're gonna be doing Stranger Things 4 conspiracy theories slash predictions. I'm so excited. Before we get into it, first of all, sorry, I have gotten into skincare recently and I don't feel like wearing makeup right now, but like I wanted to film this video for you guys. I mean, I obviously have eyelashes on. Could you imagine if I was like, these are my natural lashes and like a little bit of brows, but we just got skincare going on. Didn't feel like putting on face makeup, and I kind of like it. I don't know. Like, obviously I have a really bad rosacea, so my face is kind of red, but it's kind of cute. Also, I really want you guys to follow my weight loss channel. You can go subscribe in the description box below, but also please follow my TikTok. I have had so much fun making, you know, what I eat in a day TikToks, and I'm really gonna be starting to post on there. So that's my new schedule, is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday on TikTok, and Sundays farmers market hauls. And on my weight loss channel, it'll be Monday and Friday for what I eat in a days and recipes and stuff, whatever. And then on this main channel, it'll be Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm gonna be posting a lot of content, so definitely go follow me on those platforms. On my TikTok, help a girl out, go comment on them. I really like them and I think they're really good. So go check them out. Or if you have any constructive criticism, let me know. Also, if you're going through a weight loss journey, please follow, because I need help too. Stranger Things 4, I honestly feel like this has been the best season of Stranger Things by far. Maybe besides like the first season, because the first season was just so iconic. This season was incredible. I thought it was, first of all, incredibly scary. I've never been so afraid watching Stranger Things before. I was like, holy shit, like the jump scares, everything. It was really fucking dark and scary, but it was amazing. Like, I'm not even kidding. If you have not watched, do, because this video will contain spoilers. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Stranger Things. I loved it. It was incredible. Season 4, like I said, best so far, best storyline. Like, it was crazy. I'm really excited that volume 2 comes out so soon. I didn't know that that was like the plan until I finished, and it was like volume 2 July 1st, but I think it's only 2 episodes, which kind of makes me sad, but whatever. I think it's like 4 hours of content, so I'm down. This season was also very long. I felt like it took me a few days to watch it, which is like rare because normally I just like binge, but it was fucking scary. I couldn't watch at night, so whatever. I have a lot of theories. I've seen a lot of theories, so we're gonna talk about all of those right now. Let's get into it. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is I feel that this particular season of Stranger Things was incredibly gay and incredibly like queer baiting me. Every time I thought something gay was gonna happen, it just didn't, and I was really just upset by this. It's Pride Month. I'm confused. I don't understand. Start with the obvious, Will and Mike. I'm pretty sure everybody kind of gets the vibe that Will has a crush on Mike. I think it's plain and simple. Plus the actors were talking about Will, and they said that he has liked someone else in the group. Like, if you pay attention, he obviously does not like 11. And that's true, because he has a crush on Mike. I feel like it's almost canon at this point. Like, I think it's pretty legit. Beginning of the season, 11 was talking about how Will was painting something, and she was like, I think it's for a girl, I don't know, I think he likes somebody. And later in the season, we see that the person who he was painting this picture for was Mike, but we don't see what the picture is. We never got to that, and I'm hoping we get to it in volume 2, because I feel like it's pretty obvious that Will has a crush on Mike, and it's sweet and it's sad. No, I don't know what the reaction will be. I don't know what the vibe is, but I just definitely know Will's vibe, and I feel like we all understand that, right? I don't care about Jonathan. I don't care about Steve. I ship Nancy and Robin. Please tell me that they would not be the most iconic lesbian couple. Which is hard, because even though as a lesbian I like to see lesbian characters, with Robin and Steve I really did ship them in the last season, because I just was like, their dynamic was so interesting and I really liked it. Basically no gay, not enough gay this season. Speaking of Steve, which we talked a little bit about, Steve, a lot of people think he's going to die for some reason. I don't know if the Duffer Brothers said that someone was going to die this season or something, because lots of people keep pointing fingers deciding who it's going to be, but I kind of think that they're not going to do that. The Duffer Brothers themselves have literally said they hate killing people. I just don't think they're gonna kill Steve. I feel like he's too great of a character. I love his character. I think he's so funny. Steve has me conflicted, because sometimes I love Jonathan and Nancy. Obviously I just said I love like Robin and Nancy, but seeing Steve and Nancy together is just like, it feels safe. I don't know how to explain it. It's just cute, and I like you can tell they still really care about each other, basically. I don't think they're gonna kill Steve, though. I guess people think that's why he's going to die in the season, is because they're like setting it up where Steve and Nancy are gonna act like they like, you know, are romantically involved with each other again, and then obviously with how season 4 volume 1 ended, we think that maybe Steve will like sacrifice himself or some way to save Nancy, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think any of the main characters are gonna die, except for 11, but we'll talk about that later. Next theory I want to talk about is Vecna being Miss Kelly. Obviously we actually found out that Vecna is one. I think it's interesting is a theory I've been seeing a lot, which is that Vecna like kind of shapeshifts into being Miss Kelly, the guidance counselor. I think this is a really interesting concept. Obviously the grandfather clock was like a huge symbol of Vecna like about to get his next victim, and in the scene where Max is talking to Miss Kelly, there's like a clock ticking very loudly, it's like pointed out, and also Miss Kelly is wearing a clock necklace, and I just don't feel like that would be there for no reason. And I also think it's incredibly interesting that at least 3 of the Vecna's victims had spoken to Miss Kelly like about their problems. Obviously we see that with Max, Chrissy, and Fred. Obviously we don't see Nancy or Patrick speak to the guidance counselor, and they're clearly victims of the Vecna, but I don't think that it necessarily means that that's not a true theory. What I think is a possibility is perhaps, obviously, I mean, the Vecna is definitely like thriving on people's guilt in situations. I think this is like an interesting concept because I think the Vecna shapeshifts into being the guidance counselor in order to like kind of set up who his victim is going to be next. Like hearing the stories of, you know, the people who are most vulnerable. Obviously they're talking to a guidance counselor in a safe space, but perhaps the Vecna is actually taken over Miss Kelly's body, and that is how he determines his next victims. Because how else would he just like know about the trauma that they've faced? I don't know. I mean, maybe there's a way. Obviously the show is very mystical in itself, so anything is possible, but I just think that's really interesting because a really easy explanation as to how the Vecna knows which people to, you know, be his next victim. So I think it makes a lot of sense. Next theory I want to talk about is that I don't think that like Papa / Dr. Brenner is that bad. Like, yes, obviously the situation is extremely weird. He's clearly a part of some MK Ultra / Montauk Project thing. It's like not great. But I don't think that he was trying to kill 11, because I think if he wanted to kill 11, he would have just done it. How, you might ask? Well, there was obviously a point where 11 didn't have her powers anymore. Why would he help her get her powers back to kill her and make it harder for him to kill her? Like, it doesn't make sense. And I feel like, why the fuck are we trusting 1 at this point? Because 1 is the one who said to 11, Dr. Brenner is trying to kill you. I'm not gonna believe Vecna right now. It's my personal opinion. I just think that obviously like he was lying and Dr. Brenner is not trying to kill 11. In fact, I feel like Dr. Brenner is trying to kill 1 potentially. And that's why he's trying to train 11 to help, which actually is what's happening, because obviously he knows something is going on. That's why 11 was contacted and, you know, taken in the first place, was because 11 needs her powers back, and that's why she's being trained to get her powers back, because she needs to save the day. And 11 is more powerful than 1, possibly because she has 2 ones. Double the power. Next theory I want to talk about has to do with Billy. I feel like Billy is not, that's not the end of his story. I just really don't believe it. So I saw this TikTok that was basically talking about how Billy, when he was in the Upside Down the first time in season 2, he ended up seeing a version of himself, like a clone version of himself, which we've never seen before in the Upside Down. We have never seen like another character see a different version of themselves. So if in theory an upside down version of Billy exists, what if it was the upside down version of Billy who actually died and the real Billy is still somewhere locked in the upside down? I think this is a very interesting concept overall, because I just feel like Billy's not dead. Like, I can't explain it, I just feel it. So what if this like upside down version of Billy was the one who came back into the real world and he was the one who died? I just think it kind of makes sense that there's some way that Billy is alive. I do believe it. I still have hope that Barb is alive, which I don't know why, because clearly no one else is believing that. But I just feel like they're gonna be fine. And we'll talk about how. Obviously, when the gang went into the Upside Down, Nancy was the one who discovered that they were frozen in time on the day that Will disappeared. And I think that this wasn't really talked about, it was kind of brushed over. I think that this is going to be a huge part of volume 2 and probably season 5 as well, is because why would the Upside Down be stuck on the time that Will disappeared? It just doesn't make sense. But there has to be some sort of time loop or like time traveling explanation with the Upside Down. What I think is that perhaps the Upside Down exists on different planes of time. For example, the Upside Down that they were entering is obviously they were going into the past. So maybe each portal can take people into the past, present, future, whatever it is. And perhaps that like the people who we think are dead, like Billy, Barb, Chrissy, all of the people who have died in Stranger Things, Bob, maybe they exist in the Upside Down, but on a different time plane. That's probably just me being wishful thinking, but obviously something is going to come out of the fact that for some reason the Upside Down is frozen on the day that Will disappeared. So I'm interested to hear you guys' theories. Like, why do you think that the Upside Down is frozen at that time? It just doesn't make sense, and I'm sure it will one day, but I'd like to hear your theories as to why. But I just think maybe there's different time planes and each portal opens to a different time, which would explain a lot. Maybe like, I don't know. I just think it's interesting. Speaking of the Upside Down, I want to talk about Nancy. So I think Nancy's gonna be fine, first of all. And there's this like shot from like the trailer of Eddie playing guitar in the Upside Down. So I think he's gonna have to like amplify, grab his guitar, because they're in his trailer. So just grab his guitar from the right side up, go back down and play Nancy's favorite song for her to be able to come back, you know, into reality. How would you know Nancy's favorite song, you might ask? Robin was looking through a bunch of Nancy's cassette tapes when they were in her room in the Upside Down. So I think Robin's going to suggest some of those songs, and maybe perhaps what would be really cute is if like her favorite song has like something to do with her and Steve. Like if it's like, I don't know. I mean, Steve sung her a song at one point, but also like if it's just like, if they point out and like Steve's like, wait, that was like our song like that we had on our first date or something like that. That would be like a way to like kind of open that branch of like Steve and Nancy again. But I also think another possibility is maybe Steve will be like, no, her favorite song is this, and like he'll just know her favorite song and it's just kind of sweet and he'll end up saving her. I don't know. So I think that's definitely a possibility, but let me know what you guys think on that. So I want to talk a little bit about Eleven. A lot of people are wondering if Eleven created the Upside Down when she like banished one to the Upside Down, but Dustin talks about how he thinks that the Upside Down has existed for millions of years, but who knows? I've always had the theory that Eleven created the Upside Down, or at least opened the portal to it, and I still think that. She definitely, obviously she opened the portal, we saw that. Do I think she created it? It's kind of unknown at this point. I think it's definitely a possibility. But the one thing that I have said the entire time is I do feel like Eleven has to die in order for the Upside Down to cease to exist. I don't know why I feel like this. I just think it makes the most sense. Obviously there's a huge connection between her and the Upside Down. Probably would not have even been opened. She not banished one to the Upside Down like that and opened the portal. I just don't know. The theory I want to end on is something that I don't know what this could mean, but I saw it online and I thought it was really interesting because obviously it's not a coincidence. The name Ruth pops up a lot in this season of Stranger Things. They're talking about Ruth, Nevada. Ruth is the fake name that Nancy uses when she goes to the like mental hospital. Ruth also is the acronym of Running Up That Hill, which is the song that Max uses to save herself, her favorite song. What is Ruth? Who is Ruth? I have questions. I feel like maybe another like sister like Callie, who is like 11's sister or number 8. I'm really curious. I don't know. I have like no thoughts because it's like so random. The name is so random. It doesn't strike anything in like my mind, so I don't know who this Ruth is going to be, but I'm really curious to find out. And if you guys have any theories, let me know. That's it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below any conspiracy theories or predictions that you have of Stranger Things Volume 2. I'm so excited. That is it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram because I'm always posting really dope ass shit on there. Subscribe for new videos every week, and I will see you guys later. Bye.